teach you how to use a Moon Animator, because I've been using it for around 1 year, and I've got to sort of just gotta say I've grown out of it and I need something new. So I use Blender now, but I mean, at least I can pass on my knowledge. So the first thing after downloading the Moon Animator, you should see Character Inserter, Moon Animator, File Exploiter, and Easy Weld. Ignore these, and click the Character Inserter. And you should be prompted with this, except there's no characters except presets. Well, but if you want your own character, then ignore that. Well, and then just type in the user you want. For example, like that. Oh yeah, just like that, and you're gonna have some user inside. And I'm just gonna get my character in, and you may see there are these annoying attachments on it. Just ignore it. I ignore it until I finish my animations. So you're just gonna click new animation and name it whatever you want. And then now just click the plus button, and then click your model or rig and press OK. Don't press any of these, just leave the rig checked. And then you're gonna be able to move this around like that, and whatever. And Control Z is the revoke in action, and you can move the player. And if you press 8, then you should be able to change the time of it and press the loop. So you can change it to an hour, or I'm just gonna do 50, so there's genuinely no limit to this. And then you're just gonna move the head around and stuff. So if you're gonna start with one pose, then just one really main key is moving the torso, because some people don't move the torso and it just ruins an animation because there's no expression to it. So let me show you the same thing without the torso. So if I were to do this and do a waving animation, just a random one like that, and then just if you're gonna animate, you're just gonna move the player, and the further distance it is then it's gonna be longer, but the shorter distance, then it's gonna be shorter. So now just move it like that and like that, like so. So let's see without the torso. Well, it looks pretty bad, but one thing that you can change is that you can move the keyframes to make them different. So how about this? So if you were to make it like a waving, like for example you want it to be realistic, then just like that. And then you perhaps can just do that, and you've got yourself a waving animation, but without the torso. Here's one trick nobody knows at the beginning. You have to highlight the keys, just use your left mouse click and highlight all of them. And then don't touch anything and press 7. And then you should be prompted with this edit keyframes. Now what I go with usually is quad and in and out, because it's very smooth, like differently. See? It's smooth. And if you were to add more expression, let's just delete all of this. Then if you want it to use the torso, which is what I do, and then just move it up a bit, just like what you usually do. And maybe how about expressing it more in the legs, because this is one thing beginners don't do. So you should have to press R to move this down, and then move it down a bit to show more expression, and move the head. And now you should have this, and move it in front of it. I mean, do what you can do, and then move the torso every time it moves, so it has more like emotion attached to it. So just like that, and like that. Okay, so like that. Maybe move the arm a bit more. I sometimes mess up too. So here's with some added keyframes. So just like I said, quad, 7, in and out. See, it's much more smoother. And there's many others that you can just play around with them. That's what I did at the start. And just do what you want to do. And try to add more like motion to it. And also press the plus button on your keyboard to add a keyframe, because if you're gonna do a falling back, like boom, like if it's gonna blow back or something, then it's gonna start blowing back from the start. Like for example, if it's gonna start here, but you want it to do it immediately here, so you're just gonna continuously add keyframes to that to avoid this thing to happen. And you need to add a keyframe for the empty ones, so it doesn't, do the ugly thing. Now press 7 and do what you gotta do. See, it's much more cleaner, and it's what we want, right? Cleanness, And if you want to edit a keyframe, then just press it, like that. And right arm, and then just click the keyframe, and it'll automatically edit it. So that's a basic waving animation. And if you were to press 8 to loop it, confirmed, in it'll be like this. See, pretty good. I mean, not bad. It does freeze a bit, but at least he's waving too. I mean, that's pretty cool. And if you want to do something, for example, like a backwards flying thing, like when something hits on contact, let me show you. And I'm just gonna make a new file because animation, no. Okay, then just do that. So like I said, you're just gonna highlight all of that. Just do that and that, and then just highlight all of these keyframes, and then press the plus button, and you probably would be able to do this. And that's really useful when you're trying to make animations. And just like that, and that. And then if you want it to fall back, then this is what you do. So you just move it up a bit, because you're going to want it to fall back, because this is R6. And you're going to move the head a bit, and you know how it gets stuck in here and ugly like a double chin. You just move it up a bit. You can change it later. Okay, so this is just your typical falling animation. And the last thing I'm going to teach you is add a camera. So if you're going to go here and just press add camera, and then you're going to click keyframe. And like I taught you how to add keyframes, you're just going to find the correct position and just place it exactly where you want and press the plus button. That you're going to keep a camera there and it's going to follow the character. And it's gonna be like that, and maybe move it in front if you want to. Add that keyframe, and it should be like this. And now you're just gonna add what I say, sign. Quad is really smooth for. Oh well, quad is great. Like it speeds in really nicely, like that goes here and it speeds in nicely, so that's why I use quad. So I hope you enjoyed this really short video, but the last thing I should teach you is press Command H or Control H for Windows users, and then put your mouse away, and you can use whatever recording device and then just record it.